Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of AT.O.M RPG. This is Girl RPG, as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we talk to Katya, as she's absorbed in her calculations. Is she actually calculating using one of those little things? She is indeed. I had one of those when I was a kid. I'm not even kidding. I'm 31 years old, and I had I don't know what those were. I had one. It had either 3 or 5 rows, and it was quite a lot bigger. It was like the size of the stable, and it was pretty big. The beads were huge, and they were colored, and I didn't know how to use them because nobody bothered teaching me. But I could make counts in my own head. I knew how to do things. Before you sits a young woman. She's concentrating on writing something down in a yellow notebook, which has the word accounting on the cover. She's completely immersed in this activity and does not notice you. Yeah, hello. Your brother sent me over. He says you might have some tincture for me to try out. Oh yeah, that's the reward I was telling you about last episode. The girl stops her calculations, as she does, and stares at you blankly. After a moment she blinks, then she smiles and tucks a tiny pencil stub behind her ear. I see. Well, that's great. I doubt you've ever drunk anything quite like it. It's a new recipe, you see. Well, not really new, more like forgotten by everyone. Whoa, I'm really inclined to try it out. The girl nods and shows you to a darker, colder corner of the tavern. From behind the bar, she produces a clay bottle labeled with the letters XXX. Here, drink up. And I will boldly drink it up. You carefully take a sip. The drink has a strange sour taste. You shrug and hand the bottle back to the girl. You don't feel intoxicated, not even nauseous. You feel that you can take another sip. You take the bottle and have another. What harm can a few more sips do? Now your head starts to spin. Nothing scary about that, right? You even retain full sensation in your limbs like normal, but then you feel them floating in the air around you, as if all the air had suddenly turned to water. Your mouth is very dry, so you wet it with another sip of the tincture. From someplace far away, you hear the girl calling you, saying, "Don't do it!" But you already did. The world around you just stops. You also stop. But your mind races with thoughts that come with exceptional clarity and speed. Why are you here? Why am I here? Why did I drink that stuff? Why? The sound of your own thoughts seems to you like the roll of distant thunder, but it's getting nearer every second, and you suddenly understand that what you thought was thunder are actually footsteps. Ooh, from out of a misty void, General Morozov appears before you. "You looking for me?" he asks, and his voice is like 100 voices in one. You can't reply. You're frozen. "Looking for me, yeah. You're looking for me," says Morozov, and takes your hand. "Let's go." You walk through the dead gray mist together, Morozov in front, you following behind. The general walks calmly, and you don't have anything better to do than simply follow him. Finally, the mist parts before you, and a strangely beautiful sight appears before you. There are mushrooms here. A gigantic, unreal, primordial mushroom forest. Their huge trunks are thicker than the biggest oaks you've ever seen. Their tops obscure the sky like giant umbrellas. The general continues to lead you onward, weaving around the massive mushrooms. Your tour through the fantastic forest stops suddenly at a truly colossal mushroom, bigger than all else. "This is God," says Morozov, but you can't see him anymore, because he speaks from inside you. He speaks from your head, using your mouth. You are General Morozov. Suddenly, the ground beneath your feet begins to shake, and you almost lose your balance. It seems like an earthquake, but when the shaking stops, you look up and scream. For the colossal mushroom now has a human face. "Bow," orders the mushroom, and you fall senseless. And gain 32 experience points. Your mind turns off. You sleep. For how many hours? You don't know. After finally waking up, you don't feel any of the usual symptoms of heavy drinking from the day before. Which is good, because it was only a few sips, right? Or was I really that into it? He's alive! Vasya, he's alive! You see the girl holding you up so you don't fall on the floor. Your stability returns as the strange sensations of the tincture leave you completely. The bartender, swearing quietly, wipes the sweat from his brow. How are you feeling? Oh, wait a minute. Is that her or is that the bartender asking? Surprisingly well, actually. I took damage from hunger. Sure, I'll look into that. Quite the hardy constitution you turned out to have, she says. I'm so sorry I made the tincture too strong. How stupid of me. I nearly killed a man. I feel just terrible about all this. The girl lets out a sigh and gives you a smile. We took good care of your stuff while you, slept. You check your belongings to discover that you have not been robbed. Miracles really do happen in life. I still don't understand why he turned out so strong, she says. I used my grandfather's recipe that my grandmother recorded. She speaks mostly to herself. Okay, anyway, we need to have a talk. Gotta be sure your brain completely recovered. Well, that's a good idea. Can I ask you some questions? No, well, I guess that's a talk. I'm listening, she says. So, what are you doing? The girl gives her notebook a tired look. It's an old notebook, stained by grease, torn at the sides, covered with dirty fingerprints. Like most things after the war, it's been through a lot. Well, she says, trying to make the ends meet, what? Oh, that's where the expression comes from? I didn't know. She says, trying to make the ends meet the means, you know? My brother Vasya and I, we own this tavern. We tend the bar, I do all the math, and pay the taxes to the village head. Business is not great, though. Also, sometimes I develop new types of beverages for our customers. Some I make using old recipes, some I create myself. We distill it and sell it right here. I love that particular job, but I can't be a brewer without doing the accounting and the taxes, so here I am. Yeah, no getting around all that stuff, I suppose. Not even in a post-nuclear world. Well, if you have to pay taxes to your, what do they call them? Head? Chief head? I think it is. Chief head. Yeah, let's go. Can I ask you some more questions? I'm looking for work. Can you point me towards some? Everyone's looking for work around here, but I'm afraid I can't help you personally. What I can do is recommend you to Comrade Kovalev, our village head. That's the one. He always has some work to be done, but he's a respected man around here. I suppose the word would be, and he is a respected man around here. He won't do business with someone he never... Oh, that's a preamble to this line. He won't do business with someone he never saw before. Recommending a stranger to him is sort of unprofessional. Maybe if you'd help me with some chores first. I know I can trust you. Okay, what do you need help with? Well, I'm ashamed to ask, but I need some toadstools. Don't have enough free time to do it on my own. Maybe you could help me out. Picking just 5 toadstools would do. They grow on the other side of the fence, not far from here. Are you up for it? Actually, look, I'm trustworthy. Maybe we'll skip the mushroom part and get straight to the cooperation. Now, this is a quest that I'm okay skipping. We're gonna do it anyway. We're just not gonna have to do the fetch quest. Let's see what she says. Oh, alright. Fine, you have an honest face. Yes, I suppose. Let me just write a memo for Comrade Kovalev. Take it to him and maybe he'll have a talk with you. He lives to the left of the tavern. Good luck. So I did gain a bunch of experience. Well. I did gain a bunch of experience just then, which is good. You see a muscular man near the bar. He eats mincemeat out of a can and washes it down with vodka. His face looks familiar to you. Yeah, of course. It's another A.T.O.M cadet. Or cadet. Cadet, I think is the word. You knew before being sent on a rescue mission after the lost expedition. You never were friends, but you still recognize him. His name is Alexander. Hey! I'm gonna say hi to him. The big guy turns to you, squinting a little. Finally, he waves at you. Oh, hey there, Boris. Didn't recognize you at first, but now it's painfully obvious. Yeah. What are you doing here, anyway? Alexander sniffs, looks at the bartender and the girl at one of the tables. He then whispers to you. I'm surprised by this question, Chav. What am I doing here? Did you honestly think you were the only one they sent after Morozov and his buddies? Nope, not the case. We're both sent, just at different times. So I stumbled upon this village. Oh, okay. So how's the investigation going? Well, I'm calculating things. Yeah, looking for clues all around. Almost found our lost guys. When I save them, I'm getting out of this place. Because, well, you know, just look at that guy over there, chav. Alexander cautiously eyes the barkeep and lowers his voice. Check out his meaty eyebrows. A real-life mutant is what he is. You don't like untrimmed eyebrows, he seems. Unless meaty means... Meaty eyebrows, that does sound mutant-like, yes. A monster shaped into human form, and most of the villagers are like that. Ugly fellas, inbred and dumb. Says the military guy. I'm sure your blood is very rich and varied. Anyway, thank God me and you, we have integrity. We will never tell anyone like that the location of our secret organization. Alexander waits until the barkeep turns his back on him, and then which she would do after hearing something like that, and then shakes his fist at him while making an angry face. Oh, this guy's very emotive. Can I ask you something else? How's life in the wastes? Is it treating you well, buddy? He says chav. I have heard that be used as a slang, but I don't know where. I don't know where it comes from. Where are you, Sorry, what are you, my mother? Don't answer. I can see you're not her. Life is okay. Well, it's not like they say in my native Georgia. A sweet peach, but it's still okay. You suddenly remember that neither Alexander nor his family are from Georgia. Why did he say he was from Georgia then? But you politely decide to keep your mouth shut about it. I'm just so concerned about that lost expedition. It's so important for me to find it, you know? So important, both for my brother, or both for my body, not brother, and for my soul. I'm actually investigating a lead right now in this bar. I'd share some clues with you, but now I won't. Get your own clues, Chav. Well, okay, let me ask you something else. Can't even convince him to... I wonder if we're gonna see him again. Is that him? That's him, isn't he? Huh. So, what do you think about this place? That's okay. Too many holes in the ceiling and the walls, but you know me, Chav. I'm a man of nature. I am one with the forest. I don't need nothing. Just some food and some wind protection. That lady over there... Alexander nods in the direction of the girl who writes something down in a notebook, which has the word accounting on the cover. Yes, he points towards Katya. She does not notice us looking. That girl Katya could have been more into me, you know. I'm the only person here that's not a fucking mutant. A former Marine. Great for breathing with. And yet, she doesn't look at me. She doesn't look at anyone, dude. Some gratitude for what I did for this country way back in Afghanistan. I don't know, actually, the history of Russia and Afghanistan. Or actually, USSR and Afghanistan. So I don't know. You suddenly remember that Alexander never served again. So this guy just has delusions. And thinks all women should look at him. Well, at least she should look at him because he's an ex-Marine. Never served in the Marine Corps. Never fought in Afghanistan. And actually, is it Marine Corps? Is that Marine Corps for every country? Because the Marines are American, but I'm not saying, you know, there's of course, there are other military people in the Navy, because the Marines are Navy, right? That's where the name comes from. I don't know much. Anyway, and actually got his blue beret from a passing trader a few years ago, but you politely decide to keep your mouth shut about it. I would actually not want to keep my mouth shut about. You know what I could do? I could take him on. I could get his stuff. That's what I could do. I would do that, and then I'll say, I'm serving the Atom. All praise the health or whatever. What did he say? They said, oh no, did you see that? Question mark, ... Oh no. Yeah, but they said long live the Atom. May the Atom shine. That was the last thing in our intro movie. Can I ask you something else? So, how's the investigation going? Yeah, okay, so that's the one I asked already. Heard anything interesting? I started tending to my muscles as of late. Doing some bodybuilding, you know? I doubt a shrimp like you would find that interesting, though. Yeah, why would you need to stay handsome? To stay thank you, I'm flattered. You're too much of a material man, you chav. You think strength is only needed to intimidate people and force locks. But me, to me, strength is beauty. The hidden beauty that makes girls around you blush and drop their pants down. Yeah, boy, yeah, boy. Yeah, boy, what? Sure, good. Alexander shows off his muscles to you, saying yeah, boy, louder and louder. They're quite large. Can I ask them? Could this be like, can I touch? Can I see? And he's like, yeah, boy. Anyway, his hands look like industrial chimneys. His hands look like chimneys. I love it. I love it. The chimney hand dude. I love him. Can I bring him along? Is he a partner or something? So you didn't learn anything of importance, I'm gonna ask, jabbing at him. Well, how should I put this, jab? With the wrong... That's not... Anyway, once I went into the woods, maybe I drank some liquor before doing so. Maybe I didn't drink anything, but anyway, suddenly I heard a baby cry. Wah, wah, you know, the real deal. So, you know what I did? Nothing. Just went on my way, because it obviously wasn't a real baby. Just some vile mutant pretending to be one. Or a cat, that could be one as well. And even if he wasn't a mutant, what am I supposed to do with an infant? Eat it? Not my cup of tea, man. Maybe the next life, I guess. I'll tell you one thing. If you hear a baby crying in the middle of the wilderness, just keep on walking. Okay, well, that's something. Thank you for letting me know about that. Which button is the barter? You really should let me... Oh, it says review over there. I didn't see. I just clicked there. I figured it was that because, you know, Fallout. But yeah. Anyway, changed my mind, I suppose. Good luck. You and your chimney hands, best hands. Oh, by the way, home. That's the one. I'm not gonna use it because I like moving the camera around. But the home key can be used to center on your character and actually keep it centered, which is pretty good. Thank you for the tip in the comments. So, ooh, we have people. Let's have a chat. Oh, is that the old guy? I'm sorry. Is it? Hi, excuse me, ma'am. It's the ma'am. It's this lady. Before you stands an old woman leaning on a cane. She's wearing a black dress and a black headscarf. Under her black eyebrows, everything is black. Yeah, just everything is black. Hello, can I ask you some questions? I'm listening. So how's life out here? We don't complain. This village has stood through a lot. It may seem like we don't have any willpower left, but I still believe that the people of this village have some fight in them. Just tell me about yourself. I may not be able to remember how old I am, but I still remember my life, and I would not part with its story to someone I don't really know. I beg your pardon. That's fair enough. What's the... That was... If you will notice, this is like a build-up and a payoff. She says, she still remembers her life. That's the build-up, and be like, oh, okay, she remembers her life. She's gonna tell us about it. Nope, she's not gonna tell us. So what's new around the village? If you are asking simply out of boredom, you'll excuse me if I don't answer you. But if you are asking to hear some valuable information for yourself, I'm sorry, because I doubt that our village holds that kind of knowledge. Again, she's got a very specific way of talking. That is very cool. Heard any rumors? Rumors? I would be better off if I hadn't heard them. Before it all, there was another life. Me and my husband, we were given a set of silverware for our wedding. It was amazing. Oh, such luxury it was. But nowadays, beautiful things that were once loved are worth nothing. I heard that in some village far away, some man made a whole lump of tellurium, I don't know what that means, but that's what I heard. Into nails. Such a waste of precious metal, young man. Oh, humanity. Indeed. That's quite a rumor right there. Anyway, let's go back over here. That means tavern up there, apparently. Thank you for telling me as well. Oh, that's the guy. So it's not... Oh, I'm not gonna punch him. Maybe I mean, I could punch him. Let's see. Let's save the game here. Let's give it a try. So a stabby stab. The target is too far. Is it? So don't stab it. Just go over here and stab him. Bah! What is the hit chance? Terrible hit chance. Let's die. Just for fun. Got hiccups as well. I always have hiccups. Oh no, everybody's attacking me. Maybe. I pressed space, by the way, to skip the turn. Just figured. Yep. Ooh, punched in the back by Katya. Let's see what this guy does. Hatchet to the sternum. Okay, it's my chance. Let's see. So I'm terrible at this. Gotcha. Just wanted to see. So, quick save. Right there. Indeed. These loading screens have a very distinct art style, but they're pretty cool. Let's have a chat with this fella. I love this. A very drunk old... Phew, it's a mixture of all my favorite voices. A very drunk old man wearing a shabby coat and a knitted hat is standing in front of you. From time to time, he puts his salivating lips, which is he means he's a mutant because we don't salivate from our lips. On a small cup filled with stinky potato moonshine, vodka. Oh, is it different? Because vodka is made from potato. Anyway, and addresses the barman with a sense of self-importance in his voice. It's rather hard to make out what the old man mumbles about, even though I'm going to try to make my best to make sure that it isn't hard to make up what I'm going to say. So the barman just nods politely in response. As he notices you, the old man stops what he was doing, which is that whole thing, and begins clapping.
Hello, traveler. As I can see, you too came into this modest pub when you learned that the great wizard and magician minister decided to pay it a visit.
Whoa. Listen, can you show me some magic tricks? The old man squints with contempt and waves at you dismissively as if you were an annoying mosquito, which is a redundant thing because it's a mosquito. Of course, it's annoying.
I am not some kind of a cheap tricks performer, boy. I'm a wizard.
At the word wizard, he squeals and points at your chest with his callous index finger. You knit your brows skeptically. I'm gonna stay silent. The man smacks his lips angrily and threatens you with his bony fist.
Tricks, Mix? What are you talking about? Tricks belong in the circus. Wizard and magician minister. There's only the, what's it called? The real deal. The old man raises his angry eyes at you, clearly wishing to add something else to that, but suddenly he freezes as if he's recognized you, with an exclamation mark with 2 points after it. Wait a minute. Why, it's you. What's your name? Very important.
I am, I'm sure many references, maybe. I'm gonna say my real name. Nobody knows me anyway, so who cares? Boris.
No way! Boris, is that really you? Yes, that's you. The same eyes, same face. Yeah, I never thought that in this corner of the world I could meet Rodion's adopted... Actually, that'd be Rodion. Yeah, Rodion's adopted son. What a twist of fate. A fortune, even, if you'll excuse the expression.
That's right, Grandpa. I'm him, Rodion's adopted son.
Of course, it's definite. Otherwise, I'd be a common demented old man who's got it into his head with no valid reasons as some wizard. And now he's hustling random strangers with his idiotic ideas. Let me surprise you even more. I mean, besides the exclamation marks with the 2 dots after it. Your real biological father is the death god himself.
Then who's this Rod? My biological father is the death god?
Exactly. After the war, Rodion and I were wanderers. We saw all sorts, and one day, the windy road took us right to the lair of some, cult followers. Just happened by accident. We found ourselves at their black mess. There, one of the participants explained it to us in perfect Russian that they were about to sacrifice to the death god, and the child of that the death god, meaning you.
Oh, that's bad.
And Rodion went mental. He had always loved children, so when he heard that, it was like a sacrilege to him. He started firing at those guys, and then grabbed you and started running. I followed him. That's how we got away. And then our roads parted. He took you, and went in one direction, and I went into the other. I settled down by this village and became the greatest wizard on earth. And now, fancy meeting you here.
Wait a minute. So you decided that the kid was the son of the death god just because some shady cult followers told you so?
Well, yeah. Why would they lie?
So you said my father was the death god? Yeah, he goes back to that. So let's end this bizarre conversation and never return to it again. Deal?
Deal.
In a single move, the old man sends the remains of the moonshine down his throat, and the barman unwillingly puts another cup of it in front of him.
With enough recalling of the old times, we must think of that thing instead. Oh, what was it? Oh, the future.
So, how has life been, Minister?
Oh, don't stay overnight at the unknown house of a nameless crone, Boris. Her servants, the cruel skin worms, can't wait to get a hold of your soul.
Okay, that's interesting. So, you said your name was Minister?
Exactly, boy. And this is the name of this mighty magician who you have the pleasure and honor to see in front of you. But this has not always been my name. Before the war, I had a common name of a mortal. It was simple, not at all reflective of my future. Of my future importance. Yegor was my pre-war name. Nice to meet you.
Why'd you change your name?
Minister sounds more impressive. It used to be a very important position before the war. High, respectable, well paid. Minister is the name of the ruler of those, of the destinies. I think so.
Yeah, interesting reason. So do you live here in this village? Actually, he might have said something. Oh yeah, okay.
No, I live in the suburbs. I come here to have some rest and to stock on some local healing potions.
The old man covers his cup full of moonshine with his palm, ashamed. You've got a curious healing potion there.
Okay, it's very healing indeed. I swear by all the gods of this godforsaken world.
So what do you do?
I grow my garden and catch animals, but, well, that's not all I do. Not many people are aware of it as I keep it secret, but I practice magic and all sorts of sorcery. There are few in the world who could come near me if in the power of magic. Cross my heart.
So, do you mind showing me your magic?
I don't want to show it to you. How about that, huh? Maybe I can make the Rodozes of Kolos dance go back, or move Mars and extinguish the sun.
Is that... am I? No, that's still 2 dots after an exclamation mark.
I just don't feel like doing it right now.
Okay. So... tell me some rumors.
I've heard that the black necromancy called radiation has struck various piles of metal scrap in the wasteland. For example, a bus near the village. But if you're touched by its harsh power, don't despair. Better drink plenty of that powerful stuff and all the side effects will be gone in a second.
Are you sure? Well, that's what he goes back. Okay, let's change the subject. That was that. Thanks. That I'm leaving. He just goes back to his drink, which is not actually a drink over there, but I won't say no to that. Let's just go ahead and save the game. Let's try and get that back there. A friendly warning: all suspected thieves will be severely beaten. Please don't. Don't try to steal anything. Let's try. Aw. 4 attempts. 4 attempts. That's a lot. That's a lot. I like it. I just wanted to test the the things. So once we are warned, it's not like in Fallout 1 or 2 where you get warned once if you get lucky, and the second time they attack you immediately. So I'm okay with getting warned once. It shouldn't have any negative consequences. I do wonder... Oh, there's more things. There's things all over. Curious. He eats in drinks and I can't take it. Oh. I'm sorry. Okay, I can't take your stuff. That's fine. Because, you know what? I'm out of time. And it's daytime, which is lovely because we are going to need to explore. We're going to get some toadstools next episode, even though we don't really need them. Because we, because we bypassed that mission. And that's amazing. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been A.T.O.M RPG. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, as always, thank you so much for watching. And I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.